If I ask you, अगर मैं आपसे एक simple question पूछता हूँ, क्या आप कभी fail हुए हैं? So I'm pretty sure that most of you might answer it as a yes. हाँ, हम fail हुए हैं. But then एक और मुश्किल question है. How do you feel when you fail? Well, आज के वीडियो में हम इस पर भी बात करेंगे और हम जानेंगे from the stories of Jack Ma, from the story of J.K. Rowling, and from the story of a very special, great Indian leader, that how they failed miserably, magnificently, but then they came back. They came back and conquered the world. But before we get on to the video, why don't you subscribe to the channel, click on that bell icon. If you're new to this channel, you will receive inspiration content every week, guided meditations. And अगर आप पहले से हमारे साथ हैं, तो I truly appreciate your being here. फेलियर, फेलियर का एक बहुत ही नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन है हमारे दिमाग में. जैसे ही हम फेल होते हैं, एवरी मेमोरी दैट वी हैव हैड ऑफ फेलिंग इन द पास्ट दैट कम्स बैक, दैट गेट्स रिफ्रेश्ड, एंड उसके कारण फेलियर बिकम्स अ वेरी पेनफुल प्रोसेस. द इनिशियल रिएक्शन दैट वी हैव फ्रॉम फेलियर इज कि oh shit, now I have failed. Oh shit, I'll get fired. Oh shit, mom or dad will scold me because something happened. ये जो फेलियर का जो नेगेटिव अटैचमेंट है हमारे ब्रेन में, this is the first thing that we need to let go of, we need to change. It is very important कि हम फेलियर को ऐसे समझे कि फेलियर एक स्टेपिंग स्टोन है हमारे सक्सेस में. फेलियर एक पहला कदम है जो बहुत बार रिपीट होने के बाद ही हम सक्सेसफुल हो पाएंगे. फेलियर असली में तब होता है जब आप क्विट करते हैं, जब आप ये कहते हैं कि अब ये तो मेरे से होगा ही नहीं. वेट लॉस हो, ऑफिस में कोई काम पूरा करना हो, बच्चों के लिए पढ़ाई हो, या कोई भी आप अगर आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं और आप कुछ अचीव करना चाहते हैं, कोई भी टास्क, अगर आप फेल तभी होंगे जब आप क्विट कर देंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जेके रावलिंग, उनको हम सब जानते हैं हैरी पॉटर की बहुत ही वर्ल्ड फेमस ऑथर की तरह. बट व्हेन शी वाज इन हर 30s, शी वाज अ सिंगल मॉम. शी वाज सुसाइडल. शी थॉट मेरी लाइफ तो एक कंप्लीट फेलियर है, मैंने लाइफ में कुछ भी अचीव नहीं किया है. There was a moment when she was at a train station in somewhere in Britain, where in her backpack she had the first manuscript of Harry Potter 1.
A mere 7 years after my graduation day, I had failed on an epic scale. An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded, and I was jobless, a lone parent, and as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless.
And still she wanted to jump in front of the train. And that was the pain. She did not know that she was about to be the biggest success that the planet could ever see. But all she wanted to do was give up her life. And iske baad, when she wanted to publish Harry Potter, she went to one author, the second author, the third publisher, the fourth publisher. एक भी publisher ने हाँ नहीं किया उनकी book छापने के. Hogwarts, magic, who wants to learn about these things? These are stupid things. No one's interested. 12वां या 13वां जाके जो पब्लिशर था, that publisher gave the book to his granddaughter or daughter. And वो जब 8-9-10 साल की बच्ची ने उस बुक को पढ़ा, she said, I love this book. I want more. Where is the next story? What will happen to Harry Potter? And that publisher agreed to publish that book. And that's when J.K. Rowling, from being no one and nothing, and someone who was ready to give her life, became the biggest success, the biggest author success, the biggest brand that she created, called Harry Potter.
You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default.
So ये थी स्टोरी जेके रावलिंग की. अभी जैक मा और एक और स्पेशल इंडियन लीडर की स्टोरी बची है. बट उससे पहले जब हम फेल होते हैं, तो मैं जो आपको शेयर कर रहा था, the neural pathways that are in our brain that make us feel miserable, make us feel really stupid, that oh, we have failed, those have to be changed. They will change on an individual level, on a collective family, society, team, organization level, and even on a broader level as humanity. फेलियर को ना सेलिब्रेट करने की जरूरत है, ना फेलियर को नेगेटिव इन्फ्लुएंस देने की जरूरत है. फेलियर इज जस्ट एन इवेंट. दैट इवेंट हैपेंस, बट उस इवेंट से कुछ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट करना है हमें. And there are 3 things that I will share with you right now that you have to do anytime and every time you face a failure. The first one is, failure को जब आपने उसकी feeling को negative या positive जो भी आई आपने लिया, embrace किया, the first step to failure is that you have to learn from failure. कोई भी फेलियर ऐसा इवेंट नहीं होना चाहिए जो बस आया, आपको डिप्रेस करके चला गया, आपको परेशान करके चला गया. You have to make sure that you derive some learning from failure, some growth for failure. Make that failure the event that same failure does not get repeated, or you do better in the next time that you attempt that thing. So learning from failure is the first most critical step that one needs to always do. The second step, fail fast. उसका मतलब ये है कि अगर आप लाइफ में कुछ अचीव करना चाहते हैं, अपना पर्पस ढूंढ रहे हैं, or you're working on an idea which you think will be a big business at some point in life, you have to fail very quickly and make small experiments. आपको बहुत बड़े मैग्नीट्यूड पे फेल होने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको छोटे छोटे फेलियर्स करने हैं. आप बुक लिखना चाहते हैं, आप एक ब्लॉग लिखने से शुरू करिए, उस ब्लॉग को ईमेल करिए, देखिए लोग पढ़ते हैं या नहीं पढ़ते हैं, ट्वीक इट, लर्न फ्रॉम इट एंड देन बिल्ड ऑन योर बुक आइडिया. आप कोई बड़ा बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं, आप create that first small idea, maybe create an advertisement for that on Facebook and see how many people resonate with it, how many people want it, and that's how you build that idea then. So take very small steps and fast fail to make sure that you learn from failure. Now I'll take you to the story of Jack Ma. Jack Ma जब छोटे थे, कॉलेज के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे थे, उन्होंने करीबन 10-12 बार हार्वर्ड में अप्लाई किया and Harvard never accepted his application. He applied for jobs 30 times, 30 बार. क्या आपने कभी 30 जॉब्स पे लगातार अप्लाई किया है? नहीं. मतलब उनको अल्टीमेटली KFC ने भी हायर करने से मना कर दिया. And he could have given up on everything at that point, that I'm not even getting the education that I want. I'm not even getting a very simple job at KFC. What is the purpose of my life? What is my life about? I should just like simply maybe leave everything and then do nothing in life. And that's what he would have felt. But he kept persevering. वो जब अपना पहली बार अली बाबा का बिजनेस आइडिया लेके गए, सब वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट ने उनको मना कर दिया, सबने, किसी ने उनको सपोर्ट नहीं किया. एंड देन फाइनली उन्होंने बड़ी मुश्किल से एक कलेक्शन बनाया कुछ लोगों का, जिन्होंने कुछ पैसे रेज किए मिलके, एंड दे बिकेम द फाउंडर्स ऑफ अली बाबा, who are all maybe millionaires and billionaires at this point. But he did not give up on his dream. The third and final thing that I want to share, what you can learn from failure, is to fail smart. कभी भी कोई भी फेलियर जब आपकी तरफ आता है तो उससे don't feel stupid, feel smart. And what I mean by that is that whatever failure is happening to you, you have to make sure that you adapt with that failure, that you learn with that failure, that you are making sure that you just don't randomly go out in the world and say कि मैं आज ही कार चलानी सीख जाऊंगा. You first have to understand the process. कि I'll have to sit there, I'll have to change the gears, clutch है, brake है, race है, and I'll make sure that I know how to steer the steering, so that if I fail smart and I don't kill someone. I'll do that in the morning, maybe at 6 a.m., so that there's no one on the road and I can drive safely and I can learn safely. I'll have someone in the next seat with me to teach me how to drive. So these are small steps that you take to make sure that failure does not get on larger magnitude, but you're failing smart. And finally, I told you I'll share a story of a great Indian leader who redefined everything that he did, and he had a beautiful approach to failure. Before I share that, why don't you subscribe to the video right now? Click on that bell icon. I'm sure that you would appreciate this content and be inspired by this content. The story is of Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata is a legendary business leader in India. He's a public figure. Everyone knows him for his humility, his approach to life, his ability to thrive and build big businesses. And जितने सालों में उन्होंने businesses को build किया है टाटा ग्रुप के लिए, बहुत बार है उन्होंने fail हुए होंगे. नैनो उन्होंने बनाई क्योंकि उनको एक passion था. उन्होंने देखा कि there was this family who was going on a two-wheeler with mom, dad, and 2 children. And he felt that the middle class and low middle class also needs a car because it's for their safety. And he put everything in there to build Nano, and he completed that dream. The dream did not take off, and we don't see Nano on the Indian roads anymore. But unka wo dream tha, he failed, but he learned from it. Ratan Tata once said that life will have those up and downs of failures and successes, because agar life की सीधी line हो जाएगी, तो जैसे ECG की सीधी line means that you're not even alive, that's how life की सीधी line will mean you're not even alive. I hope you learned something from this video today. All I want to share with you is that whenever you fail, just change the feeling that you get from that failure. Just make sure that you learn from and grow from that failure. Make sure you fast fail and fail very smart. And if you're a smart audience right now, I'm sure you've clicked on the subscribe button right now, but I'm still going to remind you again.